Okay, peeps, I'm sorry. I know I lost you there in the very last segment. I had to pause to find better scissors to cut in, and what I ended up using, just so you know, I saved them here, is I had trouble getting right into there and realized that now that I didn't have to worry about it, but just so you know, sometimes you have to adapt your scissors. I broke down and pulled out my embroidery scissors, and since I don't embroider, I keep them there because they cut straight to the point and allowed me, they had a tiny enough point that allowed me to get in to that very edge. Although these snips, what I love about these is they also cut all the way to the point. And I'm still seeing a little white edge, and that bugs me to no end. So I'm going to take those little parts off. It's like I see them when I lay them down on the mat. Is it going to be a huge, huge deal breaker? No, but I know it's there, and so it bothers me. And I'm so spectacularly AR. Although, and then other times I have sloppy moments. So, I don't know. I am just a contradiction, aren't I? And there you go. But I'm cutting this off because it's bugging me, and I want this banner to be perfect. But what I did want, also this banner, I already, because of how you saw me struggle with the die cut piece in the other, I was determined to fix this. So I've cut all the way to the bottom, but I have not cut this away yet. But I'm planning on using twine to reinforce this. So let's see if this idea of mine floats, holds water. So let me move some of this stuff here off, because I am going to kind of do a modified puddle method, but I'm going to use my E6000. I've never done it this way, but the E6000 is going to dry fast and will dry this cord down. So I'm just going to do a little thingage of this E6000. I wonder why there's a bubble right there, but okay, we're gonna let that go. I don't care about that because I need to get this. So, and what I'm going to do is take my little piece of twine and run it through that puddle so that I get it all on that twine. So theoretically, now when I lay it down here, if I can get it to where the side where the glue is on, that of course is the other there. There we go. Is it staying? This, like I said, this only works if this theory holds water. So I have to be careful and make sure now I've got it turned right. I got to spin the twine. There we go. Hey guys, my theory held water. Pretty good. So, except for right there. So I'm just going to go in. I'm going to just grab my little Sharpie thing here. See how fast this dries? That's the problem with kind of like working. So let me see if I can draw some E6000 on there. I don't want to lay a glop. Oh my goodness, there we go. So let me just touch it. Let me grab some. So it's either all or nothing here. So, but you know what? I've got most of it down. I think I can solve that little problem with just regular glue. So let me just get this off the sticky stuff. Ah! Come here, come here, come here. This off my fingers and off the mat. There we go. Okay, and let's just come in here. I think this will work because the rest of this is bonding down really, really well. And we'll just lift up here. So, I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. We all know how that works. But there we go. I knew that if I did this with just regular glue all the way, I was going to have trouble. So right now I'm just holding this down to allow, I should actually have done the Nuvo. The Nuvo dries much faster, but this dries fast enough, It's only a few seconds. Oh my goodness. Now let me see about this end because I think I have the same, yeah, I have a similar situation on this end. But that is not a problem. I can just pick this up and like I said, lend down a little string of glue. And actually, I'm going to let it dry a little bit before I press it down because that's just going to help the process. And then lay it down and then just hold it down for a few seconds. Oh my goodness. Do, 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 do. And there you go. That was today's, or this segment's, musical interlude. But there you go. So now I have my twine covered. So now what I can do is I'm going to snip both those ends off. Yes, yes. And now I can just trim off to the edge of the twine. And it makes this fussy cut. So, and then I don't have to worry so much because the twine itself reinforces the banner. And now I'm not so panic stricken. It's going to hold it in place. So, you know, as I said before, necessity is the mother of invention. And before I did this, there we go, I went ahead and already here I have a little spot right there that the glue didn't glue down, but that's okay. I can just now come in with this and hold and just do that. Just do a quick repair right there. Yep. Come on, my pretty, stay. And I think in hindsight, maybe I could have waited a few more minutes, just, you know, paused and let that E6000 bond really, really well. I tend to be impatient. And there you go. We got these, so I'm gonna exert patience right now. Clear my mat real quick with all of these on my, oh wait, let me make sure that I don't have any residue glue. Nope. Guys, I like that pointy tool. And we'll leave our E6000 up, put our scissors away. And we're going to come over here, and while I'm letting that set just a little bit longer, we'll set that aside. We can work on the tag. I already, off camera, put foam on everything here that I wanted to foam down. So I can start decorating. So now we're decorating this, and I'm not going to go into overkill because, although, I mean, I could. I'm thinking bow. I've kept thinking bow, but I've got this one going up here. But if I had just the right pink... Myra, stop. Okay, we're going to quit. We're going to stop. We're going to stop. We're going to stop. We're going to stop. Because otherwise I'll keep adding and adding, and this video will be 10 hours long. So I took one of the little hearts that I punched out. Remember, with the other scrap paper I had with my little die cuts, and I wanted to show you that I did also go on a die cutting spree, and all of the paper I trimmed off, I die cut all of these little pink hearts out of that paper that I trimmed off as I was fussy cutting along. And really, guys, that fussy cutting did not take that long. I probably spent about 15, 20 minutes, maybe tops, cutting all of those out. I think in 15 minutes I had it done. So but 15 minutes on, you know, watching it excruciatingly. So that's why I did it, so that you guys didn't have to watch all 15 minutes. But it went fairly quickly, and it's all about, and I have good scissors. All of my scissors here work for what whichever one I choose. They all work for me. So now I'm going to go ahead and put down my little cutout embellishment right here, because that's where it has landed, and it apparently wants to be right there. This guy, I'm only going to apply some wet glue. I'm not going to dimensionalize it. I'm just going to grab, hello, Nuvo, come here. I'm just going to put a little Nuvo here on the bottom. I'm going to leave the rest loose, because I'm going to put it on top of, oh, look who is a little cloggy. It's because of the lid. I've got to clean that lid out. The lid is full of glue. If you look at it, see, it's from me storing it upside down. So I think I need to stop doing that and just be good about cleaning this tip when I use it. There we go. We all struggle with it. I'm kind of like done with trying to show you a way of not, we just struggle. And it's not a big thing. I just have to clean it out every time, and the heck with it, and be done with this. So, okay. So I want to put it, do I want to put it straight up or no? Because we're going to continue it as kind of a continuation of that. So all I'm doing is gluing it down right there on the bottom, so that it covers a little bit of, I'm not going to put, look at there, see? I put a glop of glue on the top, but I'm going to close this up because I'll just make it worse, and then later I'm just going to soak that lid in hot water and get all of that glue out. These guys I already put, and ooh, I'm seeing some stick out there, so let me get that. I didn't catch that. There we go. I just grabbed I literally just snipped off a piece of my tape and put it in, and knew I was going to have to trim it, and what the heck. Because no matter what, I was going to have to trim it, whether I used a foam square, unless I used small ones, and I didn't. I wanted to cover the most surface I could. I decided I want that hanging off, like it's hanging off one of the threads, and the same with this one. And these, remember how I told you I was saving those little snips? The snip-offs here. These little guys. All of these little pieces. Where'd he go? Oh my goodness, where'd he go? Ah! I just sent the... Oh, here, he's on the floor. Found him. I'm telling you. But all these are the snips. That's why you save them. Because you never know when they're going to come in handy. And of course, this tape stuck. Let's get there. We go. Mucho better. Right? Come on. Mejor. Mejor. That's your Spanish lesson for today. Better is mejor. And there we go. And yes, it's sticking out of my tag. Deal with it. You don't like it? It's okay. I decided that I don't care. So I have a couple of dimensionalized here. I have this one sticking out there. I have these guys. So the first two, and I'm tucking this one in a bit. So all I have done, same premise as this, but opposite. I am only putting two foam tips, two foam squares on the top, because as I go, they're going to be kind of tumbly, kind of catawonky, and I will tuck them in one inside the other, and I want to tuck this into the pocket. So there. And now we're going to come in here and do the same thing. I'm not going to do the top one yet because I have to put this down first. That guy has to go down before either this piece, and I forgot, and I haven't put foam there. It's not that I forgot. Let me take it back. I didn't. I made the decision. I'm not going to do it yet until I know exactly how this is going to play out. So it's like, because then I have to if I put it on and then I had to go through the trouble of taking it off. So it's better just do it. Don't do it. So we're going to take this one now. Move that one out of the way. I'm going to take because this allows me to maneuver a little bit easier. And I'm going to tuck it in. Again, a little bit wonky, but I'm tucking it into that guy. A little bit more wonkier. There we go. Do I want that down, or I want it just barely tucked in? There we go. Good enough. Now this guy, of course, will go in that way on top, but I want to get my banner across first. That is my priority, is to get this, and it's now much easier to work with. Why? Because I've reinforced it with this thing, although I still see a little paper here, so let me trim that. Let me snip that off. Let me see if I can do that without snipping the cording itself. Yeah. I don't want to see it. And there's a little, like a tiny bit there. I think we're good. Okay, perfect. Go away. So now I wanted to hang my little love banner there and then coordinate it with this. So there we go. See, this is why I didn't put that little heart down, because until I figure out where the placement of this banner is, and I'm going to let that string hang out. I could bring it in a little bit because this is also going to hang out off the edge of the tag. Oh, well, it's okay. It'll fit in the envelope, and that's all I care. Although I think I'm going to put it in its own little separate bag just to protect it. So I think I've got my placement of this. So where am I down? Down here and over there. So let's see if I can remember how I did this. So, where my placement is. But what I'll do is, you know what? I'm going to put down wet glue too. Okay, I didn't burnish these in. And apparently the best burnishing tool for doing this is these darn tweezers and cells. There we go. I'm making a little pile of pieces of paper right there I'm going to have to throw away. Come on. There we go. But this tape, this is again cut up pieces of my 99-cent store tape. No, now it's stuck to me. And that's how sticky this thing is. So I've got to be really, really careful. There we go. There we go. Because see, thank God that I would have already torn that had I not put down that cording, that little twine is everything. So now, am I really, really seriously running out of, oh my gosh, it's stuck to that. Hang on, I'm going to unclog it. But I'm telling you, we are at the end, coming to the end of the miracle. But meanwhile, see, I'm getting air. But there we go, we got a little bit more. But we're going to get every last drop. And I'm putting it on thick because I want to be able to maneuver. This piece particularly needs to be maneuvered into place. So I need the glue to give me that maneuvering time. And then by the same token, it will allow me later to, it'll just reinforce the tape, this tape. Alrighty then, so here we go. I remember it was about right here. Right, was it that high? I don't think it was that high over here. And even then, even with the glue, it is sticking down pretty darn tootin' fast. I needed to spread it a little bit better. Because let me see, will that work? Actually, it will. So let me just get this one straightened up, aligned to that curve. Because we want it to look purposeful. I don't care if I cover the L a little bit. I think I should, I wonder if I can pull this up. Let's see, come on, babies. Yes? Yes, I can. I'm pulling it over a little bit more. I'm going to find that place. I'm not worried about, you see those glue smears? I'm not going to worry about them. I'm going to clean them up in a second. But again, remember, this tape, this glue dries opaque, transparent, and opaquely transparent. There we go. Better? Better. That's it. But just because we're not sloppy, that's why I have this lovely handy dandy, I think it's a ceramic tool, I don't know what it is, but there we go. It allows me to pull off those schmutzes. So there will be no schmutzing visible. You'll never know. There we go. I don't even have to worry about it drying opaque because I got it to go away. Okay. So we have that, and I may trim that little corner off. We will see. But now I can put my little heart there, my little guy there. So we'll put that little guy, and then we're going to play with this and see where I'm going to put my foam or not. Because I think I'm going to do, again, another treatment very similar to what I've done with the hearts here. And just put it on top and then glue it down. We'll see. Let me see. I have to make a decision, but let's get this little heart in place first. Come here, come here, come here. And again, we're going to do this. I have to grab it from the edge so I can get the appropriate cattywampiness. There we go. And we've got that. So now we only have this piece to deal with. So, and I'm not going to do that. I had to scratch an itch. Hold on. Okay. So I can literally, and I can, see, I can, it won't be, it's still always going to stick out. It will be off the edge, and I planned it that way. I mean, for the minute I decided to put this down, I knew it was going to go off the edge, and I am okay with that. So I need to put a foam dot, some foam right here, and I literally right here. And I'm thinking I'm going to I may tack those right down because that way, because I'm going to be sticking stuff in it. So that is what I'm going to do. So let me put some foam squares right here. I wonder if I can use a big one. Will a big one work? Let's hope it does because I'm about to do it. Let's see. This is where we have to faloodle. No, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to use what I normally do. Is I literally would take this little piece. We're going to go down here. I'm going to cut strips right here. It's why I use this so much, is because it allows me to adapt. So maybe a few more steps, but not not this huge, oh my gosh, critical amount. And then I could just do that. I could just trim it down. Take off the pieces that I need to. Okie dokie pokies. So we are ready now to put this together. I have figured it out. I trimmed it, moved it, and I cut 2 holes in here because it was bothering me. So I just took my craft knife and struggled a little bit. So it's a good thing that I didn't do this on camera, because then it would just been, we'd be still here day after tomorrow. So now I am ready. We're going to take and remove these 2 tapes off. I threw away already the other ones. I cleared some space here. Take that one off. I am still going to put some glue down because I want to. Because I have delusion that this is actually going to help me. What I need to do is be more purposeful and hit all the edges. Take a second longer. And I put it all down, all along all the edges, so that at the onset, I am. And then I'm going to put some glue right along here, because this is what I'm going to hold down. Nothing else. So this is the only part I'm going to tack down. So now, let's get to the business of adding this piece. This is kind of like a critical piece. Down exactly the way I want it. Is that going to work? Yeah. Okay, I've got it aligned there. Right here, and then there we go. I don't mind covering the L a little tiny smidge, but that's all. I'm actually doing it purposefully. I could go ahead and not cover it all, but I'm doing it on purpose that way. And look at that. So now, as far as I'm concerned, I consider this tag done. And you know what the funny part is? That this has ended up being the front. I intended this to be the front. And I could still, this could be, or I could leave it well alone and dump the plans I had, because I still am going to put, give me a second. Let me do a little thinking here. But give me a second, okay? People, never, ever, ever underestimate my capacity for, no, wait, there's more. So I'm going to make 2 bookmarks to add into here. And these are literally, I'm using up scrap paper from, cutoffs from here. So I'm making one a little bit shorter, a little bit longer, but I'm going to put little banner pieces. So for those that are uninitiated, I will, where did I put my ruler? Hide my ruler for myself. Let's start that with first. So, okay. So we're going to take this little piece. I have no idea how wide it is. It is just the offcut. So, oh, look, it's a perfect 2 inches. Wahoo! So I'm going to come up, how much do I want that little point? Do I want to come up a full inch? I could do that because I still, and I'm going to glue this little piece down just to add just that little bit more. And then I'm going to poke a heart hole there. We're going to add a bunch of streamers and call it a day on this one. So do I want to come back up, or do I want to do it at 3/4? I'm feeling 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to put a pencil mark here. And then I'm going to do my same with this little skinny friend of mine. I already picked out 2 pieces to decorate it. And again, this is just a leftover piece. These are just pieces. Oh, perfect. Man, that was perfect alignment. So it is a smidge longer, so I could come up the full inch. I don't know that I want to. Let me see if that is the point. I'm going to take off 1/8 of an inch. And come down to 3/4 of an inch as well, just to give me a little bit of spacage. Okay, so let me make sure that this is perfectly centered. Just, I don't have to be straight. It just has to be centered. That's the only thing. I'm just poking my little tick mark. Okay, I'm gonna put my pencil away. I have no idea how long I looked for it before I saw it. Like, oh, it's standing there right in front of me. I remember where I put it. I stood it up so I would see it. But let me put it, I have no idea. We're going to work something out here. There we go. Much better. Okay. I will probably now remember just because I felt like an idiot. So now we're just going to grab our scissors, these that I know cut all the way to the very tip. I have stuff, little adhesive pieces. So let's undo that and try not to slice my finger open, because then I'll bleed all over the paper and that would be bad. Okay, let me align my glasses up as well. Let me come up because I'm going to cut straight to the point from one point. And then now I got to come back a little bit. Point. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm aligning up so that I can cut my little banner end. There we go. And now we'll do the same with this one. Okay. So now I have my 2 bookmarks. What I'm going to do, I'm just telling you, I'm going to cut like I did on the tag here. I'm going to cut a heart hole with it, probably with a smaller one. I don't know if I'm going to reinforce it or not, because these are smaller and I think it might overpower that. Well, wait a minute. Don't I have an extra heart piece? So let's see what it looks like if I do the heart piece. Although this is with the bigger hole, so that's not going to work. So I think actually I can do it. So give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to come and I'm going to cut my heart holes for this, and then we'll put this bookmark together. Oh, these two bookmarks together. Okay, be right back. I started getting ahead of myself. I was already putting glue on my hearts without turning the camera back on. So I've got 2 bookmarks with hearts cut out. I cut them down too low. I'm not happy with what they are, but I'm going to fix that in a second. But first, we're going to put our little reinforcers on. So let's start with this one, because that's the one I was starting with. And let's get this all nicely lined up, as perfect as we can. As good, as well as we can. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, so now we have this guy, and what options do we have? We have the hearts, which I think I'm going to go with because I think it's too much. Let me come back up here so you can see with that. Although, no, it kind of works. So I'm going to leave it that way. There we go. I'm going to be decisive or you know, and you guys may think, oh, no, Myra, don't do it. I'm doing it anyway. I'm going to follow my own thing. And I'm just trying not to, I'm really trying to not go into overthink mode, because if you think you overthink things, oh no, 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 no. I have got the corner of the market on that. Now I'm going to let that take a second to dry, and I want to show you something. What I was talking about, look at that. I mean, there's not much else I can do with this paper except I can punch out hearts. And I'm pretty sure I can get a big one out of this right here if I angle it just right. But there we go. There we go. I didn't have a good grip on it, but there we go. So I can get at least, I don't think I can get another big one, but I'm going to bet me money that I can get at least another small one out of there. And that's what I do with all my scraps. I've been doing with all these scraps. So whatever I don't use in any of these projects, I'm just going to put them in a little tiny Ziploc bag, and away we go. So now I don't think that little corner, but let's see. Never underestimate what I could do. Oh my goodness. This one's going to be tricky. There we go. But I got it. Ah! Okay, come on. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Can she do it? Can she do it? Oh! I think she can. If I can keep it still. That's the only thing. Okay. Hot damn. Okay, that's it. I mean, unless I can do that corner, but I think that's just getting crazy. But, well, I am the Mad Scrapper. Okay, now we're calling this quits because let's see how many. Oh my gosh, I can. And that's how I end up with 1,000,000 hearts. So, but there you go, guys. Look at that. Out of that square piece, I got both 2 of these guys out, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hearts. Okay, and now I've got to pick them up off of this mat and toss them in there. Come here, my pretties. It's just faster if I do this. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we got these. This guy, the only decoration I was going to add to it is this little envelope right here. Just because, I mean, I don't want to overpower it. The flowers are so beautiful. Just so spectacularly pretty. Where is my tape? It should be here somewhere. Am I hiding? Okay. So that's all the decoration I'm going to add. I'm going to come back in a second, but let's put this guy together and we'll add the foo-foo to it, which is my, you know, the streamer things. Or maybe I'll do all 3 of them together. So that's what I'll do. Let's at least get this decoration done. And I think I had it set this way as, yeah, this is what I decided was up. And then I'm going to put that right here so it looks like it's tied to that rose. Do I want to let it dimensionalize or have it lay flat? I think, well, since we're using it as a bookmark, the better part of Valor tells me, Myra, leave it flat. And although I really, really, really want to just dimensionalize it, I really do. Decisions. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Let me see. Let me just have the visual of it if it's stuck up. Although, here's what I can do to add. I think I have my plan. I'm going to add some dimension. Some. Not a lot. So I'm going to grab these little squares. Because they have a lower profile. I know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start from here. and just go like this. So that it adds a little bit dimension. Then we'll just tack it down at the bottom like I did. And there we go. That's it. And that's all I needed was those 3 little foam squares. Ah! Telling you, it's half inspiration, mostly perspiration and panic. And this video is probably going to go long. And I apologize for that because I've just been adding stuff. And I keep adding stuff. And oh no, it gets bigger and longer. And oh my. And well, there you go. I will put it in the heading. Long video. Because it is. And we will put glue down first. Oh wait, let me line this up. So we'll just tack a little bit right here. Since this bottle is right here, we're going to use this bottle right here, not the miracle glue. Poor thing, it's going to be offended. Let me put my my pin in there. And there we go. Let me use my tweezers just so I get so much more control with the tweezers. Oh, look. If I do it like this, there we go. Oh, I love this. I just absolutely love it. And this for sure, I'm not going to dimensionalize it. I am just going to, so I'm going to glue the ribbon mostly down, or maybe not. So I've got to see where I'm going to be putting my glue so that it adheres down, but I kind of like the fact that it's going to be sticking out a little bit. So I just want to make sure that it's tacked down enough that it's safe, but I also want it a little bit loosey-goosey. So there we go. That's as much glue as I'm putting down. I have ended up with some schmutz, but we will unschmutzify it with my lovely little tool here. Okay. Oh my gosh, this mat is just so sticky that by the time I get there, it will have dried clear anyway, and I don't need it. No, there we go. So, ooh, I love it. So now I have 2 bookmarks that I will be adding. But like I said, I am not happy with it being down so much because it'll take up more of my ribbon. So I'm not going to break out the paper trimmer. I'm just going to cut that one row off right there because it's a straight line. There, I'm happier that way. I truly, truly am. And now I'm going to do the same for this one, but I'm going to use the paper trimmer for that because I don't have a straight line. So I can tell that I took like a little over 1/8 of an inch off. So we're going to call it right there. Yeah, that feels about right. Make sure it's not straight. That's important. Hello, Myra. Okay, I can live with that. Perfect. Alrighty, mighty. Okay, so now I'm going to come back to these in a minute. We'll apply the ribbons to all 3 projects. Now, remember I said never underestimate my capacity for, oh no, wait, there's more? Yeah. As I was working this, I hit on an idea to do with these tags, and I have them doubled up. Because I started pulling like ephemera for them so that I could decorate the back of them, and I go, this is going to drag on forever if I'm going to do that. And then I thought about, oh, well, why don't I just glue them, back to back? And then I thought, boring. And then I got a look. I caught the corner of my eye. Yep. Hopefully you guys are reading my mind because I'm going to turn these into pockets. So they're going to be pocket tags. And then because I'm adding stuff, I'm giving my Swap Buddy stuff, I'm going to tuck those little stuffs in here. I have I'm giving them a bunch of shaker bits. So I may now size up the Ziploc they're in now so that they lay a little bit flatter and they'll fit in here. And remember, it's because I caught these caught my eye. So I realized, but I don't need to make them as thick as the last one. I think with just that much is fine. So I am literally going to cut off this last ½ inch on both of them. Let's hope I don't regret that decision. And if not, well, guess what? I make more. If that is the worst I have to do. But I think this will be I think it's going to work out great. Okay, now we're good to go. Let me get rid of all of these little strips. I've already taken I did that off camera too. I already took a strip out and I just cut off a piece from, I just knocked over my bleachy wipes. A 1-inch strip and scored it in half for the bottom, because that will make our gusset on the bottom. And there we go. It is almost perfect. I'm not going to worry about that little tiny bit. That's going to be fine. So what we're going to do first, of course, is we're going to glue down. Let's back to the Miracle Glue because we got to use it up. So we're going to come back to the Miracle Glue and we're going to apply glue only to one side first. Let's not get overly ambitious and sticky and messy and create disaster. Of which we all know I'm perfectly capable of doing. Okay, so we're going to grab that. I think I can do it with my hand. And just press that down. And then line it up. Center it and line it. And make sure it is. I'm going to take it right to the edge. There we go. I'm going to press it down. I'm going to take another look to make sure when I press it down that it didn't come off the edge. And I'm going to open it up. I will take a Teflon bone folder. There we go. And just press it down. Oh gosh, there we go. Now, we do that too. Let me put my scissors away. I'm done trimming. Let's put that away. We're done using that. Let's put this tape away. And let me clear, I'm missing already a pair of tweezers. I have no idea where I put them. They're here somewhere. Okay. All right, so now. No, why am I using this glue? We're using Miracle Glue. Come back, Miracle Glue. We'll come back and just fill up the entire space. Doesn't need to be a ton of glue, which is a good thing because I don't have a ton of glue in this bottle. But just I want to cover all of the edges. And then we're going to come around. I'm going to turn this around this way. Pick this one up. Make sure it's right side up. Please tell me that I did this one right side up too. Gosh darn it. Yes, I did. Whew. And press it down. We're just going to press it down onto itself. And then just smush it down. And make sure these are all both straight onto each other. Wahoo! And then, apparently I picked up debris. There we go. That's problem solved. Look at that. Oh, this is going to be so cool. This is something I've never done. I don't know if anybody has done this. I'm not going to claim like, this is genius, but hello, I just took it from the other idea. I'm like, wait a minute, I can do that. So now I'm going to do the same thing, although I'm still going to leave a blank space, but I'm going to leave it open at the top too. So quite frankly, I could just center it. And I think it's going to be fine if I do that. I'm going to be good with that. So we're going to lay down glue again here. There we go. And push that in right there because it wanted to come out. Oh my gosh, isn't that awesome? Except that now it keeps wanting to come out. Stay, Fido, stay. Except it does one. Okay, I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead because every time I press down here, it comes right back out. So we're just gonna leave it alone. So I mean, look at that. It's a perfect pocket that I now can put in my pocket. I wanted to make 3. Maybe I only do 2. I mean, who knows? Because we will see. So I'll have to pick the other one that I like the best. So let's see. Is it this one and this one? Or will it be... No, I'm thinking I'm going to go with this one because it contrasts. I already have that same background. So we're going to set this aside for the moment because I believe that I'm only going to be able to, based on what I'm seeing here, I'm only going to be able to squeeze 2 more in there in addition to 2 bookmarks. And I wanted to put something sweet in here, get a candy of some sort, like a lollipop or something, and just add that little bit of sweetness. Let me watch that. But so, see, that's already getting pretty crowded. So I think 2 will be the max I can add in there. So give me a second. I'm going to cut up my 2 strips and my bottom. I already have a bottom cut out. In fact, I already have it for both of them. So I just have to score my bottom, but I've got to cut 2 strips to make these. Okay, so I'll be back in a few. I am back, but with something that I had a thought, and I did it this time. Remember when I scored the other gussets for the main envelope? I had said I wished I had alternated, and I did. This time I flipped my paper as I scored. So I scored one way, and then I literally turned it upside down, and I scored the other way, and then I turned it upside down and scored the other way. And you know what, guys? It's making this go easier. Definitely that is. So just so you know, if you want to do this, and at least that's what made it easier for me. Yep, because I always fold into the valley. Do that. Turn your paper over. So let's say it is right side. You can see here. So let me use my little tool. So I scored this way. Then I turned it around, and then I scored this. Scored this way. And then I turned it around again, and I scored this way. So I still have my 3. And now every time I fold, I am folding into the valley, which is easier for me. It is my preferred method. It's how I was taught, and I don't know how much that has to do with it, but it's what works for me. So your mileage may vary. It's just the thought. Y'all have a good day. And that oh my God, these things are just so stinking cute. And it's not because I'm a genius. The paper is, most of this job is really the paper, you know. I'm just, you know, trying to accessorize it, if nothing else, and make something with it. The beauty of this project really is Minte. Minte has saved me. Without them, I'm, you know, without beautiful paper and wonderful, you know, stamps and yada, 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 I'm just a hack. This is what makes anything I do work, is the stuff I am working with. Oh my goodness, look how cute these are. And there we go. This one is a smidgen. I can tell, I can see it. It's a smidgen longer. Am I going to let that bother me? Probably. So, in other words, so yes, it bothers me. Am I going to let it bother me? No, I'm going to cut it off because it bothers me. So let's just line this up so that we can cut. There we go. Now they're even. I'm happy now. Wahoo! So now we have our 2 little pockets, guys. So all I have left to finish this pocket is, let's put all our little frou-frou on, all right? So we're going to take, let's see how much of this I have. So we're going to do, and I just cut them all the same length. I added a piece of ribbon. So the bookmarks are going to have less, just because I have decided that. But they're going to have 1 of each at least, right? So we're going to do the bookmarks first. Why? I don't know. I've just decided that to do that. And we're going to go back to the struggly thing again, because now we've got to push it. Although it's interesting to see it through a heart. Oh, that was easy. Yeah, but that was this part. Now it's looping them. That's where I run into trouble. But let's see. Come on, my pretties. Come with me. Come, 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 come. Okay. Whoops, whoops. There's always the one. The one oddball. This is no. There we go. Well, look at that. Oh, I love it. It's really simple. There's not much to it. I almost want to do, you know what I could do? Let's see. Do we want to put some hearts on it? Or you know what I could also do is add that rose. Oh, that's it. Bingo. That is it. That finishes it. See, it's just, you have to take a moment and say, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I'm going to have other glues in here. These are, it's like sometimes I behave like I only have 3 bottles of glue. Did I leave? Where's my E6000? That's zip dry. There we go. We're going to put down, let me pick up that puddle. I'm going to make a new. I'm just going to put a schmutz of E6000. Huh? I'm going to need a bigger tube of E6000. There we go. Yes, now it feels finished. Now I like that. I am much, much happier. Let me tighten all of these up a bit. So I pull each, I'm going to let the pearls alone. The pearls are just going to stay. Well, maybe I can. But that's why I'm glad that I put in the reinforcer. Okay, so there we have one bookmark. And now let me do the other, but you guys need to see me. I'll do the other real quick. While I didn't do the original idea on the back, I absolutely positively could not leave, excuse me, well enough alone. So this, guys, literally is the tile strip on the edge of the paper. So this right here, I saved it. I'm going to go dig out in the trash and find the other strip. But I cut that piece off. I'm like, wait a minute. I can use that to decorate this as well. And I knew eventually I would find a way of doing it. And I did. So let me go ahead and put down some Miracle Glue down here. We're going to do this. This is a real quickie. And then I'll show you the bookmarks really quick, how they turned out. They turned out so pretty. And a discovery I made, but that's okay because it wasn't it's like, no, wait, I can still fix this. Or not, it's not a no way I need to fix this. It's like, well, okay, so that didn't work out the way I thought, but that's okay because I can make it work. And that's the thing about the creative process. So now I'm going to put down my little chocolate. So I think I'm just going to glue it down flat. One of those where although I always want to. It's okay. You know what? Let's grab my flat. Where's my flat tape? Where did it go? It's right there. It's staring right. So I can pick it up and it's not stuck to the mat. Meanwhile, my tag is stuck to me. Well, it's not a tag, actually. It's a piece of chocolate. But I thought a piece of chocolate was perfect for right here. And then we'll just add it right there. And then that's it. That's all I'm going to do to this back, because otherwise I'll be here for 3 hours trying to do more stuff. But look at my bookmarks. I think they look fabulous. And then here is what I discovered. I literally can only fit one pocket in here. I'm gonna jeopardize this in trying to do it. So I'm going to do one because I have to put something in it. So that means I have an extra. Now, which one do I want to use? I think maybe I'm going to put oh, here we go. I want that striking red. So what I need to do is I got to put this one in first. This pocket goes in first and then the bookmark, because the pocket wants to snag on the bookmark. And I have both my bookmarks in there. And they all want to snag against each other, of course. I don't even know why I'm going through all of this trouble, quite honestly. I still have to put something in that little pocket. But there we go. But that, what I caught is that there, wait, the ribbon sticks out. Our little ribbon friend here sticks out. We will pull this up a little bit more so you can see it. And I mean, there you go. This pocket is done, except for what I'm going to put inside of it. And that will be in the next video. So this is all I have for you on this tag. It took much too long, but the creative process when I'm winging it, that's just the way it is. We'll see how much I can edit this down. Thanks a lot, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this, got something out of it. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up and drop me a note if you want to. If you want to see more of my creative madness, then guys, you know what to do. Subscribe and ring that bell, and I will be back. Meanwhile, I'm going to let you go. I will come back with the reveal of everything, what I did. By the way, what I'm doing with this other one, I'm interrupting, is I'm putting it in the main tag. And I'll put something in it and put it in the main tag. So it's still going to get used. It's just not going to be used where I thought it was going to be used. Anyway, so as always, go out there and craft and make something beautiful. I'm sure you can make something way more beautiful than I can. And always remember, and this is the important part, that what you make and who you give it to brightens someone's day. So go out there and make a difference in someone's day, okay? Meanwhile, go out there and, again, don't ever forget, we are all a little mad here. This video is proof positive of that. So come on, craft the madness with me, okay? I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye!